Hello, everybody. Nicholas Snow here on a very special episode of Notes from Hollywood. And if you're seeing this before August 26th, 2026 at 5:30 p.m. Pacific time, you have time to attend a worldwide Zoom event about Wyatt O'Brian's new book, Nothing Can Tear Us Apart, Ruthless, which is the fourth in his series. The author is coming up, and also more information about how to stay tuned to this book and everything it has to offer, and the author and everything exciting. You're going to want to stay tuned.
PromoHomo.TV is a mission-driven online television network now streaming worldwide, spotlighting the people, stories, and culture shaping our LGBTQ+ community. To submit a spotlight, share a story idea, or shop mission-driven merch, visit PromoHomo.TV/empower. That's PromoHomo.TV/empower. Find full episodes on the homepage of PromoHomo.TV.
And it's me. That didn't take long, did it? So, as I told you at the top of the show, coming up this week, Brothers of the Desert presents the national launch of Wyatt O'Brian Evans' provocative new novel, Nothing Can Tear Us Apart, Ruthless. It's happening in person here in Palm Springs at the LGBTQ Community Center of the Desert, Wednesday, August 26th, and also worldwide via Zoom. This story is on the homepage of PromoHomo.TV, and there is a link to that Zoom event embedded in the story. And if you're watching on multiple platforms, the link might be in the text below you. And I'm going to tell you more about what's coming up, but I want to bring Wyatt O'Brian Evans on because we're intentionally keeping this episode short and sweet so it can go up on Instagram in its entirety. So without further delay, let me welcome my buddy, Wyatt O'Brian Evans. Wyatt!
Nicholas Snow, listen. First of all, thank you for having me. It's always good to be with you. I have a quick question for you. Did you write Nothing Can Tear Us Apart, Ruthless? Because the presentation that you just gave us was sexy, just sexy.
Well, I think you know that you are the author, but I do know that your characters are very masculine presenting, and that the series is filled with sex. And I thought, why not open the segment with a sexy Black man in the shower? So, and also most people, this show is already longer than most people watch on their social media. So you need to grab them where they're going to pay attention, right?
Yes, you do.
With their consent, you grab them.
Yes, you did. Thank you.
Yeah, consent is important. So I've known you for many years virtually. We support one another in our work, and I've been as an individual and with my network an advocate of Brothers of the Desert for quite some time. And I'm so excited that now a lot of the people I really care about and support have become your contacts as well. So how did you become aware of Brothers of the Desert and start engaging with them?
Well, you know what? It was your suggestion. Some time ago.
I literally didn't remember that.
Right. Some time ago, we had a conversation, and you said that they very well would be interested in my work. They're a Black gay SGL empowerment organization, very renowned. So my publisher is Rainbow Advocacy Press. John Boswell heads that. John knows Will Dean, who is on the board of Brothers of the Desert. And he says, you know what? Maybe they would do the national official launch. And it all came together. But it started with you, my friend. You put the seed, because I mentioned Brothers of the Desert to John Boswell, and he said, I know them, hopefully they'll be interested. And that's how that all came to be.
Well, that's fabulous. And, I knew Will Dean since before I've known Will Dean since before Brothers of the Desert existed. He has a huge background in journalism and queer media, and is an out Black gay man himself.
Right.
So for people that don't know about Brothers of the Desert, it's a Palm Springs, Coachella Valley-based nonprofit organization dedicated to nurturing and supporting Black gay men and allies. Their mission includes education, mentorship, social networking, philanthropy, advocacy, and volunteerism, with the goal of creating a stronger, more connected, and socially just community in which Black gay men and their allies can thrive.
Right.
And also, I've known John Boswell for many, many years as well. We've collaborated now and then.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he's a
Go
great
ahead.
guy. No,
Yeah.
I love John. He's a great guy.
So your series of books centers, I'm looking off screen at my biographical information. It centers on Wesley Laurence Kelly and Antonio Miguel Rios Jr., two gay, same gender-loving men of color navigating an intense, committed relationship while confronting violence, trauma, family conflict, betrayal, and threats from forces outside their relationship. How have you kept this going for now your fourth novel?
I didn't allow it, Nicholas, to jump the shark. I evolved the characters in a way to keep them interesting and entertaining, but grounded in reality. And, their story is a story of two individuals who have this strong, unbreakable bond, and they believe in being in a monogamous relationship. They have a lot of different things thrown at them, a lot of obstacles that they have to overcome, but they manage to stay together. So monogamy is one of my is one of the significant themes in Nothing Can Tear Us Apart, Ruthless.
I love that. So for people that want to attend the launch event, you're also promoting it on the cover of your website. If people go there, they see a graphic about all the information, and they go to WyattEvans.com. It's on the screen. So I support everybody's choice of the sorts of relationships that they want to have. But one of the things that frustrates me about being a single gay man in Palm Springs is that there's very few people that I know of that also happen to be sexually compatible and share certain values around life and what's important, that also want a monogamous relationship. And I just find that a lot of people don't want it or have given up on it. I haven't given up on love or monogamy. I would rather not be in a relationship than be in an open relationship. How did you decide to create monogamy as an important part of your story?
Very good question, Nicholas. First of all, I'm a diehard romantic. I believe in love, L-U-V, love. And I found that in too much LGBTQ plus literature, you don't see that, and even today in 2026 in real life, you have people who think that gay, queer, SGO men can't be in a committed, monogamous, loving relationship. And I really wanted to show that perspective because I didn't see that in LGBTQ plus lit. And also too, I wanted to focus on two accomplished, very wealthy men of color, because you don't see that either. So representation matters to me. And also too, I wanted to focus on intimate partner violence and abuse. The acronym is IPVA, because that happens more in our community than we want to deal with, acknowledge, recognize. So those pieces were really important to me. Yeah.
Well, and I know that aspect of the story, I mean, you're a diehard romantic, but you're also a survivor of the sort of abuse that you write about.
Absolutely.
So speak a little bit to that experience and how it informs your novels.
Absolutely. I was a victim when I was in college. I think I was a junior, and I had a horrible self-esteem issue, and I was having problems dealing with being gay, queer, same gender loving. So my partner was like the shark that smelled the blood in the water. And so I went through several years of it. Now, IPVA, really quickly, three components: physical, mental, emotional. Mental, emotional are sort of synergistic, they work together. Most of my abuse, I would say 85%, was the psychological, mental, and that can leave even longer lasting scars than the physical. However, my family helped me get out of the situation. Then I found this wonderful therapist who helped me to heal, to come to terms with my orientation, and just be the person that I am today. So I always said, there's a book in me. I'm going to write a book. I'm going to write a novel. So I said I had to put that piece in the novel, because it's an expression of myself. And again, like I said, as a journalist, I've interviewed victims and survivors. And again, IPVA is so more prevalent in our community that we want to believe, because at least 1 in 4 LGBTQ plus intimate relationships are abusive in some way. So it's there.
You know, not to ever forgive or justify abuse, but I think that it takes a lot of hard work for an individual, myself included, to become emotionally whole and mentally healthy based upon the trauma I've experienced in my life. And I think that there's a lot of unresolved collective trauma that exists in gay men of a certain age because of the AIDS epidemic, and then other layers of trauma because of the closet and homophobia. And of course, you can speak to the trauma of being a Black man in a racist country that is built upon white privilege and a legacy of slavery. So someone who's walked your path has needed to do a lot of work to move through life in a way that is aware and honoring of yourself, in a way that keeps you safe.
Wow. Yeah, everything you said is correct. Let me say that there's not a lot of stats on IPVA regarding gay, bisexual men, but it has been found that Black men experience IPVA more than their white counterparts. And when I was able to extricate myself out of the situation, Nicholas, I sought therapy. I'm a strong, staunch supporter of therapy, because you need a professional to help you heal, not your minister or your pastor that doesn't have psychiatric or psychology training. We're talking about people that have degrees, that know their business in those areas. You need that help to heal, to find yourself.
Thank you for that. In the last minute or so, is there anything you want to say in this conversation that's important to you that we haven't yet talked about?
I'm really proud of Nothing Can Tear Us Apart, Ruthless. It resonates across sexual orientations, gender, because you have two individuals that are deeply, deeply in love with one another, and they're doing everything they can to nurture and maintain that relationship, even with the obstacles that they overcome. And I'm hoping that the novel will continue to spark conversations about love, about intimacy, about IPVA, about resilience. So, yeah, I'm hoping that will happen.
Well, thank you for that. I've put up brothersofthedesert.org/events for this event and other great events that they have. WyattEvans.com for more information. You're doing interviews all the time. People can find you there. One final question for a very quick answer. If the movie or TV series or HBO series was made of this book, honestly depicting the way that it's written, what would it be rated?
Probably R. A strong R.
Okay, well, I frankly want it to be rated R. Okay, I don't want any toned down hot sex scenes. All right, Wyatt, I'm going to go to that virtual event, and I look forward to having you on again. I'm going to wrap so the whole episode can go on Instagram. Stay tuned so I can speak to you privately after the show.
Thank you, my friend.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for watching. I will be broadcasting for the 10th time the Palm Springs Pride Parade in November. Watch all my platforms for that, and more programming coming to you soon.
In a safe place, I got room to breathe. Been a long chase, but at last I'm free. These open woods, I knew I could find peace here. Nothing like the city where I got tired of the running, the catching up. I got hungry for the stunning high mountain tops. Some dreams to catch, to promised lands, to find my path, see the planet.
I want to thank you for watching and take a moment to thank my media partners. KGay 103.1 Palm Springs. Ask your smart speaker to open KGAY. GayDesertGuide.lgbt. The Palm Springs Post, locally owned neighborhood news. And Pink Media. Find them at pinkmedia.lgbt. PromoHomo.TV is a mission-driven online television network now streaming worldwide, spotlighting the people, stories, and culture shaping our LGBTQ+ community. To submit a spotlight, share a story idea, or shop mission-driven merch, visit PromoHomo.TV/empower. That's PromoHomo.TV/empower. Find full episodes on the homepage of PromoHomo.TV.
Hi, I'm Ronnie Samlo.
And I'm Kelly Watson. We love supporting PromoHomo.TV and Nicholas's work. The importance of LGBTQ media cannot be overemphasized.
And Nicholas makes this world a better place for all of us.